Yo, Mortify here. Today I have a few topics that I'm going to discuss, two of which tie in with each other. So without further discussion, let's begin. The zombies of society. Everywhere you see, everywhere you walk, from the casual trip to the grocery store to the daily commute to work, they walk among us. They have become intellectually and mentally dead. They are the zombies of society. Think of the things like this. As MGTOW, we're the vast minority of society that fully utilize our neocortex and retain our environmental awareness of one's surroundings. When we cross a busy street, we observe the surroundings such as speeding cars, looking both ways, lights, and the people around us. In contrast to this, they don't. They aimlessly walk into ongoing traffic, just thinking about getting from point A to point B, not safely doing so. This is because they've neglected a great deal of their neocortex, that they've evolutionarily regressed to being these lethargic, clueless, oblivious beings that constantly allow themselves to be the subjects and victims of someone or something instead of being proactive and cautious. In their minds, the world is just a moderately peaceful, wonderful, and beautiful terrain that is just afflicted by a few notable negatives, whether it be a political candidate or a group of omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient men in black suits and robes that coincidentally exist as convenient boogeymen and scapegoats to extort responsibility and blame too. From the veiled threat of terrorism from faraway lands to patriarchy, the list is endless. This, however, is just one of numerous reasons as to how people become zombies. Lust and desire for sex, drug addiction, social acceptance, politics, and the fear of being extreme or radical are among other popular reasons as to why these people become Zeds, because they've lost a great deal of their cognitive capability and awareness. They're able to do things such as denying reality, disregarding those that attack their delusional worldview as insane or crazy, and aimlessly wander this planet completely oblivious or feeling unaffected by their surroundings. The symptoms. Now, let's briefly go over some symptoms of those affected by this severe disorder. An uncontrolled or odd appetite, desire, and thirst for sex, affection, and overall lust. This is one of the most apparent symptoms. When a human has been bitten and struck by these things, they're easily willing to run across the street in the middle of traffic to gain the attention of someone they're attracted to. When they succumb to thirst and desire, they throw caution into the wind and will risk losing all of their money, contracting an STD, and even getting stabbed/shot to death in order to get sex and temporarily satiate their desire. Surrendering one's mind over to an ideology or entity such as government or a person of fame, wealth, or authority. When you as a MGTOW man turn on your television or go online, you see it every day. Political ideology of the left and the right, geopolitical boogeymen like Islam and North Korea, and the use of manipulation to deceive, trick, and exploit. Short term, this may be mild and tame, not leading to the zombie disorder, but long term, the once human mind will become rigid. The person will only accept one way or direction of interpreting, understanding, and perceiving something, and the mind conforms to a perimeter of predefined belief and dogma that ultimately dictates the awareness of one's environmental surroundings. For example, the meter of threat and danger in the mind may gauge an almost non-existent terrorist somewhere in a desert much higher than financial hardships, personal health, and domestic crime. Another massive symptom of this zombie disorder is the ability to deny observable reality that may be regarded as quote-unquote depressing and quote-unquote not positive. These Zeds are able to dismiss every last MGTOW truth that is derived from observable reality about women and overall mankind, from skeptards like Sargon dismissing MGTOW as quote-unquote extreme, radical, and quote-unquote not centrist/neutral, to your average blue pill smuck dude and bitch, adjective for woman, disregarding MGTOWs as bitter butt-hurt men who can't get no poo nanny and haven't ever gotten laid in their lives, hashtag lonely forever. These are the symptoms of the Z disorder, but I'm sure you could find some other symptoms. These are, however, the most popular ones. The bitten among us. Unfortunately, wearing the MGTOW symbol and acronym does not work as an impenetrable shield or set of armor that you could use to throw caution into the wind and run into the fire. Only strong awareness, a tight perception on reality, and a fully utilized neocortex that rules over the lizard brain will keep away the SCD, societal zombie disorder, from prominent quote-unquote MGTOW channels like PUA 101, Barbar, and Angry Mangina, to political ideologues like Bernard Chapin, to the purple pillars and their merry band of idealized unicorns, and retarded mating strategies attempting to incorporate the MGTOW philosophy. Many members in this degenerated community are clearly struck with the symptoms of delusion, disconnection of reality, and denial of observable reality that ultimately lead to the societal zombie disorder. Infected men that have turned walkers are everywhere among us in this community. They fell and allowed themselves to succumb to the temptations of fantasy, delusion, and pretty falsities. They are no longer human or normal. They are among the walking dead of society, aimlessly wandering this earth in pursuit of some non-existent thing. If you don't want to meet the same unfortunate fate they met, then you will try to stay away from them as far as possible. Protect yourself from their verbal advances and invitations, and learn from them not to repeat the same mistakes they made. At the end of the day, the wheat shall be separated from the chaff, and the genuine/authentic shall remain standing. Peace be with you, survivor of the SCD pandemic wave. Mortify out.